arts, technology, and the business of innovation. I like to call it spicy entrepreneurship. Hello everyone, my name is Ayana Tinsley. This is my eyeliner today, and I am impulsively making my first YouTube video right now. Okay, so this YouTube video is this is a video that I want you guys to watch before interview weekend, if you get a chance to find it before then. But pretty much, Iovine Young Academy didn't have like that many YouTube videos before my interview weekend, before like a lot of other students' interview weekend. I just this is purely a resource for all the perspectives that I'll hopefully get to see this weekend, and I just want you guys to have a little bit more clarification about what you're about to get into. So the Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Andre Young, yes, Dr. Dre Young Academy. So it's essentially the major, it's a bachelor's in science, and the major itself, arts, technology, and the business of innovation. So pretty much what that means, I like to call it spicy entrepreneurship. If you know me and you've heard me talk about my major probably too much, you already heard this. But essentially it's just like a good way to explain it. It's literally like the end of pretty much your college career throughout IYA. It's pretty much to create your own startup. You'll hear more about that this weekend, but pretty much like everything that we do, the kind of purpose of this is that you are fluent in so many different disciplines, or not even fluent, just like knowledgeable in so many different parts of business that you can essentially know how to run your own business, which explains why a lot of IYA alumni or Iovine Young Academy alumni actually turn out to be product managers or CEOs and founders of their own. And then, of course, in college, there's also something called minors. I think IYA offers around 7 minors, including a really cool minor with collaboration with Annenberg. I'm really just like reciting my toy script right now. But anyways, these minors are really cool. It's just like another really cool way that IYA gives opportunities for interdisciplinary learning to other majors. So I have asked some prospective students what exactly they want to learn more about, and I know I will get to a lot more things later in different videos and more videos hopefully, but essentially right now I want to talk about how literally in IYA you are literally taking arts classes, you're taking tech classes, or have the opportunity to take more tech classes, and you're taking a lot of business classes. And business classes on both sides, whether it's being more fluent on startups, how startups work, or literal one of the classes we're taking right now, it's essentially like a kind of accelerated version of some Marshall or USC School of Business classes. And we do a lot IYA is project-based, or a lot of projects are kind of like, a lot of things in IYA are very project-based, and that's just kind of like the perfect learning for me. So small reason why I really like IYA now. And also a lot of things you're working in groups, so collaborations and group chats are key. And speaking of group chats and collaboration, now let's talk about one of the, I feel like, things that makes IYA the most different from a lot of different majors at USC, and it's the cohort experience. So literally I am in cohort 8 right now. So yes, we are like the 8th class to even go through or enter through IYA. It has not been around long. Literally, even on campus, I didn't know this before I applied, but even on campus, not a lot of people are going to even know that IYA exists. But then the moment they meet an IYA person, then they'll probably get connected, or they'll meet the rest of the cohort, and then boom, honorary IYA cohort member. But anyways, the actual cohort, my cohort has 31 students, including me. And then we all come from all different parts of the country, all different parts of the world. And I would say we are really close. We have a group chat, whether it's for texting about homework or texting about random things that happens during class. It's like those group of people, something funny too is that I just feel like we were like the group of people, or majority of us, I just knew I was going to be friends with them at interview weekend. Now let's talk about interview weekend. So of course, literally, it's just an interview. So everyone, you know yourself. I feel like that's the most advice I can give. You know who you are, just really focus, know what you're passionate about, or really bring to the table, understand why you applied to IYA. There's definitely a reason why. You're definitely passionate about a multitude of different things and combining things, so just really make sure to bring that out across the entire weekend, especially when you're talking to the other possible members of your cohort, or just everyone else, every other prospective student at interview weekend. So what not to do is to overthink every little thing you do over the course of the weekend. This is all supposed to be fun. Like if they're playing a game and you lose the game, you won't not get into college. Totally not something I like thought of. Anyways, but like still, every word you type, every letter you type, like don't overthink it. This is purely like if you're curious about something, do not be afraid to ask questions. Make sure you raise your hand fast because that line of questions, at least at ours, was very, very long. And yeah, like really take this time to meet new friends. Everyone there, you are a lot more similar to you than you might think. Like IYA, it's just still such a small group of people, and like there's something in common. I feel like whether it's a lot of ours indecisiveness or anything like that, I just feel like there's all these like really cool traits that we find that a lot of us have in common.
Hello everyone, I'm Christina, another freshman in cohort 8 currently at IYA, and I wanted to add a little bit more about like what specifically we learn within the realm of arts, business, and tech. For arts, it's more like product design, but also graphic design and motion graphics heavy. A lot of different multimedia things that we tap into, like a lot of Adobe software, and just a lot of like multimedia design, just getting like our artistic and creative sides out there and learning how to do that. Technology-wise, we learn a lot of coding, a lot of like how emerging tech applies in the business and startup industries. And for the business side, like Ayana said before, we learn a lot about how startups work and how to pitch our own ideas, and it all really does set up for our senior year when we can come up with our own ideas and try to put them out there into the world. And it doesn't have to be traditionally businessy, but just whatever you want to create, we're trying to teach you how you can bring that about in sort of an entrepreneurial way.
Okay, so then the last few things I'm going to address is I feel like what I personally think makes IYA special from other schools here, especially like here at USC or just other programs that I kind of apply to, and essentially maybe like a little bit on like what a day looks like at IYA. So first on the what makes it special is, I would say, cohort experience. You might have heard this before, maybe. This is from Christina. She phrased it better than me. But yeah, the cohort, it's like a built-in family. And I just feel like IYA as a whole is a really big family. Like I feel like everyone has really cool connections to, whether it's to the amazing faculty that work in our makerspace. It's a whole place to literally make whatever you want. I have seen so much furniture made in it. I have seen birthday cards being made in it. I think my friend like 3D printed a tiny model of like a pair of Jordans for me for Christmas. Like anything, so almost anything could be made in that room, and it's really cool just getting to watch what's being made there. But like back to what I was saying before, something that makes IYA really unique, I feel like it's the whole family aspect, like within the whole building. All the upper cohorts always invite us to like whatever events that they're throwing or are hosting, and it's just so much fun to get to finally have or get to like meet all these like upperclassmen that are in IYA, and just seeing how like all the cohorts all the like similarities and differences, or every cohort has like a different strength, whether it's like more designers or more people on the tech side. So I really love getting to see that, or it's just something I feel like you don't get to see at as many other like USC, as other USC departments. And then just the thing too, that you get to your sophomore and freshman year really are like a ton of IYA only classes or focused classes. And I feel like that's another thing that makes it different. It's like you're constantly learning about your major. Like it's literally part of the curriculum. On that note, like we definitely do a lot of different clubs. Some people are still like already are like working. Some people already have internships, stuff like that. So that's another thing. We always still have our communities outside of IYA, but no matter what, we always love doing cohort trips together and stuff like that. And I just feel like I couldn't have found that really at any other school I applied to. And I feel like IYA is just truly at its core the best like interdisciplinary program, at least for me and my style of learning. Make sure to share this video with anyone else that you know is going to interview weekend this weekend. And if you guys have your interview Saturday morning, I will see you there.